Very good morning, students. Once again, I came up with one more topic, that is essay writing. Most of us are actually feeling difficult to write this essay because whenever we ask to write about an essay, we actually, fly around the world. But if I'm not mistaken, this video will actually, make you more strength to write an essay. Because you see here, most of the times, writing an essay, a dreaded task among the students. It became an academic competition, and most of the companies are conducting this as a writing in order to test the students' writing skills. So for that sake, essay writing actually became very important, and it's playing a vital role. However, an essay is a piece of non-fiction writing that actually talks or discusses a specific topic. And let's see what's actually an essay is all about. As you are seeing here, uh, it is a piece of writing of outline on a particular topic or subject where the writer expresses his own opinions or ideas. So this is what actually the exact definition that we can get about an essay. Our next one is here. We're going to have types of essay in this slide, but there are going to be too many essay writings. There are going to be too many essay types, but we picked up only 5. So there are a narrative essay, descriptive essay, expository essay, analytical essay, and as well as a persuasive essay. So let's see what is narrative and what is descriptive and what is expository and what is analytical and what is actually the persuasive essay. Narrative essay, let's see the first one, narrative essay. As the name suggests, the writer makes his readers to feel, expresses his ideas and involve in reading. Because narrative essay is just like a story. So that's the reason whenever we read a narrative essay, we actually get involved in that. And the second one is here, descriptive essay. Descriptive essay, the writer describes something to make readers feel, smell, see, taste, or hear what is described. But at the end, the reader feels the emotions the writer was feeling at that moment. That is the main specialty of this descriptive essay. And next one is here, expository essay. This will make reader understand any complications. The writer explains or defines a topic using facts and examples. Next one is here, the fourthly, this is analytical essay. So analytical essay actually, this essay actually deals with the analysis of a particular topic in a different angles. Next, persuasive essay. The writer convince the reader to accept his point of view and also presentation of his facts. So most of the times we can happen to see these persuasive essays in editorial boards. So if you have the habit of reading a newspaper, especially in the newspaper, you're going to have an editorial column. So in that editorial column, you're going to have different types of articles that you're going to find. So where the writer actually expresses his own feelings and what he's actually feeling about that particular situation or a particular thing. And definitely once we read that, we're going to convince for what he is actually talking about or what he is actually feeling about. Next, coming to the next one is here, features or steps to write an essay. And let's see here, what are these features and how are we supposed to write an essay? First thing is here, as you're seeing, we must choose the topic. So you may have your topic assigned, or you may be given a free rein to write on the subject of your choice. But choose a topic that you are passionate about, because whenever you decided to write about a topic, or when you are familiar with the topic, it is going to be a chance to give a wider talk about that particular thing, and also mind the language and as well as the audience that you're going to write. Because if you're writing this essay to the scholars, you must change your you must change your language is here nothing but the vocabulary. And if you're writing this one to the common people, you have to change your vocabulary too. This plays a vital and important key role when we actually choosing the topic, and accordingly we have to go on. And next one is here, create the outline or gather the information. See here, we the one who should be in the position to first, after deciding the topic, we have to gather the information. And once we gather the information, we have to organize our thoughts. First, before we going to gather the information, we the one who's supposed to be in the position to gather our thoughts, because gathering thoughts or gathering the information is nothing but we have to put everything on black and white, what actually triggers roles in our mind. And also we have to ensure connections and links between ideas more clearly. And also make sure of one thing, that you must define your point clearly. You should not miss that. And later you have to prepare a draft. Preparing the draft means what? It actually talking no, the preparing the draft is nothing but what need to be in a topic sentence, what need to be in supporting sentence, and what need to be in a closing sentence. So that is what you have to prepare. Next one is here, how are we going to write these introductions, body, and as well as closing sentence, so called the conclusion. Let's see here, introduction is it's a very short paragraph. It may consist of a definition or a quotation, proverb, and also you can hook your reader with a quotation, with a question too. State the point that you want to discuss. The introduction should attract the reader's attention and show your focus of your essay. That is what need to be in the introduction. Because if you are missing any one of these, so take it for granted, you're going to miss the exact point what you wanted to convey. Because as we discussed in the previous classes, if I'm not mistaken, when we are discussing the paragraph, so we discussed this topic sentence there. So we must clearly state. So it doesn't mean that you should write directly the content with something, but you can also start writing with a stunning question. And if you wanted to make your reader shock. And next, when it comes to the body, so the body of the essay, normally if you see the body of the essay, it actually argues, explains, and describes your topic. Begin writing one of your main ideas as the introductory sentences. Each main idea that you wrote in your diagram or outline will become a separate section within the body of your essay. So we the one who should be in the position to be careful when you're doing that, sir. And next, write the information in a systematic flow so that the reader can easily comprehend, because the most vital and important content of the essay will be here. So we the one should be in the position to be very careful when you're doing that, sir. Next, moving to the next one is here, closing sentence. And how are we going to close this one? See, we know the people who are how to start and what need to keep in body. But most of us are getting confused what need to be written, or what should we put in closing sentence. As we discussed in, if I'm not mistaken, as we discussed in paragraph writing, I guess I told you this. Whenever we are writing about a closing sentence, so we have to restate the main idea. The main idea is here the topic sentence. Sometimes a conclusion will just mirror the introductory paragraph. So we have to be very careful because it's a place to sum up a story or an argument. Your conclusion should consist of 3 or 5 strong sentences. So when you have these things in your conclusion, you can give an effective conclusion to your write-up or to the essay that you decided to go after. And next point is here, edit the content. And we the one, once we're done with all these points, we have to edit the content. Why we have to edit the content? In order to ensure the unity, balancing and introduction, and balancing the introduction and as well as the conclusion. And we should make sure that coherence shouldn't be missed. Coherence is nothing but here the logical sequence, and also to ensure the length and style. For these things, we have to edit the content once we no, no, once we done with these above points. And next, the last one is here, check the grammatical errors. So we people have a good, we people actually are good at presenting our ideas. But the thing is here, when we are writing, they're going to be, they're going to happen some grammatical errors. So we the one who's supposed to be in the position to check the grammatical errors. And grammatical errors like, punctuations and, some, they actually miss most of the times. And sometimes we don't use the appropriate word to that particular context. And also sometimes, see here we have a problem with these American and British English. Sometimes we write a CYLOR, sometimes we write a CYLOUR if you happen to use this word twice. So do check those type of words. So whenever you are trying to write an essay, whenever you're trying to write an essay, so you have to be very careful when you're writing that too. So we the one who's supposed to be in the position to ensure of these points to write an essay. Next, see here, and I just gave an example of an essay. So you just go through it, you just read it, and then we'll see what need to be done and all. So just try to understand, just try to read this one. And this is how an example of essay should be presented. And actually what all we discussed above so are presented in this essay. So the introduction, how it's supposed to be, and the body, you can check the second paragraph onwards, the body actually speaks. And next, the last one, in the next slide, you're going to see the conclusion, and I'll show you how the conclusion. You just observe how I actually started my talk in this introduction. Guys, we are done with the first two paragraphs, and let's see, we are moving on to the next slide, where we're going to see the continuation of the body. So I actually took four paragraphs, one introduction, two body of the contents, and one is the what do you call the conclusion. Now you can see the conclusion, how I actually gave. So it's actually restating my main idea, that is nothing but my introductory paragraph. All right, so now I understood. Now you people going to understand how we have to present an essay. So, this is what is all about the essay writing, and I hope now you all had the better understanding and the explanation about this essay writing. So, if you still have any no queries regarding to this topic, so guys, you can ping me on WhatsApp as usually, or else you just give me a call, or you just phone me. Okay.